Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night episode of Gaming After Dark, your rated R podcast about gaming and other cool stuff. But in the meantime, I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Newf Nukem in the room. This is going to be a dynamite show. I can tell we got some pretty good topics, and as always, we got one of the coolest panels out there. And I can't wait to get right into it. But anyway, without any further delay, let's bring on the panel and we'll get right into the topics of discussion. Starting with the man who knows how to put the game in complainers. The GameComplainers, aka Perry, is in the building.
What is going on, Newf? What's going on, everybody in the chat room? How's everyone doing tonight?
I think they're doing pretty good. We've got some suave people in here. All right, we got to bring in the Red Menace himself, Mr. ProtoFoxy.
Hey, it's Tuesday night, and you know what the hell time it is. It is time for Gaming After Dark. And God, all these beautiful people in the chat here. I just can't wait to start tearing into everything.
Absolutely. All right. Speaking of things that have torn, probably like his asshole, Sir X-Man's in the house.
I'm really getting tired of your show. I don't know how long I could be here with comments like that.
Well, I got to keep saving your ass in Battlefield all the time. Huh? I picked you up more than a drunk guy and a girl at a bar.
Hey, but I still get more score than you at the end of the day. So,
well, you might have more score, but I'm the killing beast over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mopping up people like crazy.
Yeah. Bet you when you used to shave your hair, you did look like Mr. Clean, you know.
No, I look more like Grimace.
Oh, hell no.
Damn.
All right. Speaking of the panel member who can make the chat Grimace, it's your wicked head.
What's up, boys? What's up, chat? What's going on, everybody? It's another Tuesday night, but on this Tuesday, we're actually going to paint Newf purple, and we're going to call him Grimace. So, stay tuned.
That'd be something.
Grimace.
Purple Newf.
Don't make me pull up my nipples.
We put on that Purple City Newf gang.
Wow.
Let's catch up with the chat. We got some amazing people, including our good friend of the show, the man who puts the bark to the bite is Doggy Dog 420. He's in the chat. What's going on, brother Doggy? Good to see you, man. We've also got my Canadian brother Dizzy Delta 99 hanging out with us. Moving on down the list, we got Fazza. Our good buddy Frank is here with us tonight. What's going on, Frank? Before we move along, we got our first super chat of the evening. This one comes in courtesy of Mr. Doggy Dog, who drops the $1.99.
Give me one, guys. Woo!
Come on, Perry. Let's go.
Woo!
I don't have a microphone.
I can't put some steak on it.
Come on, Dex, man. Take the oxygen mask off. Let's hear it.
All right, I got one good for you. Can you woo? Can you woo?
Sorry, Sir X-Man. I can't wake up everybody in the home.
We got Big Pickles is in the building. What's going on, girl? Good to see you here. I hope you're having a great time so far. We got Cougar Man 69 is in the house. What's going on, brother Cougar? And I think we've got Splendiferous here as well. What's going on, my good friend? Good to see you. And I think we're caught up with everybody at this point. Again, if you didn't get a hello or an acknowledgement in the chat, let me know. I'll make sure that you get a little shout out here on this particular show. All right. So, guys, before we get right into it, I mean, what's everybody been playing? What's everybody been up to? It's been, I see, from my Xbox, there's been a variety of games and different things. But obviously, we're going to be talking about one of the big ones that a lot of people are balls deep into right now, and that is Assassin's Creed. What have you guys been playing if you haven't been taking time out in feudal Japan? Barry?
Y'all know what I've been playing. I ain't got nothing to say.
I've been playing Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the Xbox. Amazon's other website, Woot, has it for $9.99 right now. So I picked up a copy.
Woot, there it is.
And we've been playing online. Me, Frank, Piggles, Fred, even Jeff. Jeff has it as well, my buddy Jeff. And
so let me ask you, Perry. I got to see you play a couple minutes the other day. But what would you compare that game to? Like, what's it similar to?
oh, it's exactly like the Friday the 13th game.
Okay, so it's kind of like a stalker, like versus everybody kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like player versus player type thing. Yeah, basically, like you and a couple other people are humans, the other people are the clowns, and you got to escape from the clowns.
Okay. Sounds like it could be a hoot.
I might well leave this show then. I gotta escape from the clowns.
And you can buy Elvira furnace for $10. So that's what I did.
There's only one clown.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
That was definitely some worthwhile DLC, let me tell you. 2 tits well up.
Yes.
Hey, tits up, hoes down. Okay.
Elvira, she looks good in that game. I must say, they did a good job with that character
man.
model.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Did you guys stream it?
And yeah, we streamed it, and they got Tom Savini in there. But who wants to buy that asshole? He's $10.
Apparently, what
I would want to play as Tom Savini.
Who is Tom Savini?
Oh my God, X-Man! Are you serious?
That's the way it is.
Get out of the pool. You're grounded.
You know what? You know what, Wicked? You got a lot of nerve. When we mention old games, you be like, "What's that? I never heard of it." And everybody heard of it. So you cannot talk. Hey,
you know what, X-Man? You know what? I'm just going to fucking... Maybe if I punch through the ceiling, Sir X-Man will just fall right through into my screen.
It looks like you're trying to
get
ice
cream.
Yeah, right here. This is right up the middle.
As long as you don't say Rocky Road.
Rocky Road.
How about Country Road? Me and you, X-Man. Country Road.
God.
Take me home. You ever seen the movie Brokeback Mountain? I know that one's right up your alley. I know you've seen that one.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, no.
Just grabbing some nuts.
I'm not touching that. Keep going.
Proto, what have you been playing, man?
Well, I just finished both Gears Judgment and Gears 4. And then I actually just today finally finished RoboCop. So
and then
so yeah, I'll be on to Gears 5, and then of course every now and again I'll be jumping into Warframe. But yeah, just bouncing back and forth. I'm actually supposed to get cleared for work tomorrow, so I'm getting my last hurrah back in today.
Getting those last hemorrhoids cut off or what?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll be at my desk with one of those little donut pillows.
I can picture just working.
Speaking of hemorrhoids,
everybody in the fucking chat's gonna actually think that Proto's got some nasty hemorrhoids or something.
Oh,
they hang down to my knees.
Speaking of hemorrhoids, the Jerky Boys guy lives across. He lives down the street from the shop. Just so you guys know.
Oh, no kidding.
Wait, hold on. Hemorrhoids and the Jerky guy, and how are they connected?
Oh, he was called and said he had hemorrhoids.
Oh, Jesus. What about Preparation Nation? We got any cream for this guy? Let's get some cream for him.
See, now
the Jerky Boys?
You had us for a second when you said you knew who Tom Savini was, but now you don't know who the Jerky Boys are. Oh, you don't know. All right, well,
I already said that. No, I don't know. X-Man, we're a team today.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I thought you said you knew him. All right, you both are out of the pool.
No.
Dude,
Look at us. They threw us in the little
movie.
kids' pen. We're on the play cool fucking table down here, X-Man. Thanksgiving with the adults is up there.
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Yo, you ought to.
What you been playing, brother? I'm guessing I know what you've been playing.
Nah, what have I been playing?
I said Wicked Hot. I didn't say Sir X-Man. You're last.
Oh, you've been playing the same damn thing I've been playing.
I thought you said. All right. Well, anyway,
I've been playing.
I've been playing AC Shadows. That's about it. Fucking loving that game. Playing it on the PlayStation. And
very nice.
Man.
You don't have the Pro, you got the regular PS5, right?
Oh no, I got the Pro. So we
you got a Pro.
Yes, It's running actually pretty good. I've only had one crash.
This is the Pony Show, Newf. Come on.
This is the Pony Show. We're out here in the stables, boy.
All right, I'm going to Boston.
Yo,
that was just the screen capture moment of the night right there.
But fucking man, that's all I've been playing. All
right. Well, that's what a lot of people have been playing. Sir X Man, I know you've been playing Battlefield. Anything else, or has you just been shooting fools in that game?
I just
loads on Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider Battlefield.
Man, I got so hooked on Battlefield again in the past few weeks. I ain't even had no time to go back to Tomb Raider. You know what? You want to get somewhere. I want that 100-point ranking. That's my problem.
Nice.
Go for 100, sir.
100. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game, man. I'm glad that I've been able to jump back in and have a good time teaming up with you guys and playing some rounds. It's a lot of fun. All right. Well, let's get right into it, guys. Obviously, big game just dropped this past week. It was big for a variety of reasons. Assassin's Creed is certainly one of the most popular franchises going. If some people may say, it's a bit long in the tooth, they took a break a few years ago, and it kind of served the franchise fairly well. Came back with a pretty strong edition of, I think it was Assassin's Creed Origins was the game that they made after the hiatus, and that sort of re-sparked an interest in the franchise. Odyssey did really well from a sales perspective and obviously from critical acclaim. I think Valhalla also had some pretty decent reviews, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I mean, one of the common complaints is that the Assassin's Creed games have actually gotten kind of almost too long. I don't know where Assassin's Creed Shadows fits in this scheme. They had Mirage before this, but Mirage was a bit more linear. It felt a little bit more like the original Assassin's Creed game back on the Xbox 360 days. And I haven't even finished Mirage, but a pretty damn good game. So anyway, Assassin's Creed is out. Obviously, we're just giving our impressions on the game. Prior to the show, I was asking the panel who has actually had a chance to play it. Looks like Perry has, Wicked Hot has, and I have as well. The other two boys sound like they intend to play it, but just haven't for the moment, which is fine. I mean, not everybody can be FOMO out here, and you'll either pick it up when it hits Game Pass. I'm sure it will at some point, or when it probably hits the bargain bins. But the discussion is, what's your impressions of the game? Is it living up to some of the accolades that it's been getting? Are people making too much over the shenanigans about? Obviously, this game took a lot of heat, especially from the Japanese public. With their character selection for this game. I mean, Yasuke is based around an African-American samurai who was an actual real character. I don't know how accurately they're kind of sticking with that, but he was real, and he played a role back in that time. And people forget, it is historical fiction. And for those who don't know, fiction means it's loosely based on historical facts, and they're going to make their own stories with some of it. We've seen that with a lot of Assassin's Creed games where they use people that are actually historical figures, but they twist around the story just like a movie would do. I don't really understand the big deal with it, but anyway, that was a big point that kind of dragged Assassin's Creed Shadows through the mud. And here we are. Like, it's out right now in the wild, and people seem to be enjoying it for the most part, but there are still a lot of negative naysayers. We were saying last week, we kind of talked about this, like what is riding on this game for UBISoft, who's had a string of less than stellar games over the last little while, so they needed a big W. Did they get it? That's, I guess, where we're going with this. So let's go around and let's find how the guys are enjoying it, and then we'll check it with the chat as well. So I'll start with you, Perry. As always, what's your impression of the game from what you played of it so far? I can't assume that you've finished it yet. What's your impression of it? Is it kind of following suit with the reviews? How do you find it from a technical perspective? Let me know.
I'm about 2 hours in. I'm really enjoying the gameplay. I'm playing on the PS5 Pro. Originally, I was going to buy it on PC, but it's got the Nouveau and it slows the game down a little bit. And then I didn't want to deal with the Uplay launcher or whatever, so I didn't know if that's required with the Steam version. I have no clue. Anyway, I had a $25 gift card for PlayStation, so I just bought it on there. Anyway, I'm really liking the game. I didn't think I would. I'm not really into Assassin's Creed games, but this game is really good. I'm about 2 hours in. I know that's not a lot, but that's how much time I've had to play it. And really enjoying it.
So obviously this game is going to draw a lot of comparisons to older Assassin's Creeds. It's also
Right.
going to bring up a lot of comparisons now to Ghost of Tsushima, right? Which a lot of people would say, and I've said in the past, that Ghost of Tsushima was a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed was. Fantastic PlayStation game. If you guys have never played Ghost of Tsushima, I urge you to do so. With Ghost of Yote coming out here, I think this year it's expected to come out, if I'm correct. So how would you compare it perhaps to that game and to other Assassin's Creed games? And like, where does this one fit in?
I've only played, I mean, I played pretty much almost all of them, like for a few minutes, but I mean, the ones I've really sat down and played were 3 and Syndicate. And I would say this is probably the best one out of those 3 that I've played. Again, I haven't played them all, like I haven't sat down and played them all. So I can't really compare them to other ones, but out of the 3, I think this is the best one.
See, I just recently was into Mirage, and unfortunately I didn't finish Mirage. But comparing this one to Mirage, which is the previous game, I'm finding that the combat seems a little bit more fulfilling. Like I feel like the sword play feels a little meatier, a little more weighted. There's lots of really cool weapons in this game, and I find like that. I mean, I guess the big thing that I find striking right off the bat is like the graphics. The graphics are really damn good in this game. Now, some of the dialogue and stuff like that, or even some of the faces could potentially be better. Some of that stuff, but I do think like the environments look really, really good, and the fact that the seasons change. And that adds a new dynamic to the way the game plays out is really freaking cool too. So the horses, the animation on the horses looks fantastic. Like the galloping and the fur and like hair physics and all that sort of stuff looks really, really cool. So I'm really enjoying that part so far. What about yourself, HAWT? How do you feel this game stacks up to previous games in the series? Are you pleasantly surprised, or do you feel there's a bit of a disappointment setting in already?
Well, I can't really base it off any of the other games I've played because I am very much new to the Assassin's Creed franchise. I did poke in a little bit of the Odyssey one and a little bit of Valhalla, but not enough time to really give it my all. So this one being in Japan and me being a Ghost of Tsushima fan, I was like, you know what? I think this might be possibly the one to jump into. My buddy Game Shares, so I was actually able to jump into it for no cost at all. Going into it, I was pleasantly surprised. There are, like you talked about the graphics, I was actually pretty blown away. For me, on the PS5 Pro, I play on balanced. Seems to be like anywhere between like 40 and 60 frames, give and take. But the fidelity is there. And when you get up to that little like eagle's nest, like upstairs, like and you see the draw distance, like holy crap, dude, it just looks beautiful. Like you thought the draw distance in Avowed looked amazing. Like this one is like woo, like right over your head. You can see everything with the ray tracing on. It looks pretty beautiful with the shimmering off the water. Like I said, actually the gameplay very smooth. I like the killing. It's very satisfying, just like Ghost of Tsushima. The only gripe that I have, and maybe it's just me, is like, say when you're doing your acrobatics or your parkour, you're climbing on something, there's always just that slight hesitation, and it kind of throws me off. It's almost like when you're playing NBA 2K, and you're playing defense, and you're always just like one step behind. Like sometimes I catch myself like messing up, whether it's a jump or something else like that. But overall, fucking game is smooth. The skill tree is cool. It's unique. You can kind of jump at it at different aspects. You can kind of mold your player to what it is. And for anybody wondering about the two main character dynamic, it is kind of a smooth transition to how they go about it. It very much is linear in the beginning aspect for quite a while. I would say I kind of poked around. I did some side missions. I'm about 15 hours in. And I'd say probably about like the 10 or so hour mark. It kind of leaves that linear mark where it allows you to be more free range with your choices. I'll just leave it that way. But overall, man, I am surprised. I am a huge fan of this game. I just want to explore. I don't know, man. I didn't know I really loved this game, and I can't put it down.
Well, I mean, if you're going to start with the series, not a bad way to jump in for sure with one of the sort of what feels to me one of the best entries you've had in a couple of years. I love the setting. I've always been a big sucker for that sort of setting, which is why like I jumped at Ghost of Tsushima when it first came out. Now, the downside is it feels like now that Ghost of Tsushima was a hit, and this game looks like it's going to be a hit. Are we going to start seeing a massive flood of feudal Japan style games? Because we're seeing a lot of that in recent months. Like everything than the Last Ronin, and you know what I mean. There's been a lot of these sort of samurai like ninja style games. I mean, even Ninja Gaiden has come back. You know what I mean?
The next one's going to be Forza, but it ain't going to be ninjas. The next one will be Forza.
I've always said, for me personally, I said I'd love to see an Assassin's Creed game done with 80s style ninjas. Remember the old Sho Kosugi movies, from the 80s? Like have a ninja in modern day United States, and basically be like climbing up buildings, aka like fucking Spider-Man and shit, and fucking taking people out in the modern day setting. It'd be so fucking cool, right? Climb around with your grappling hooks and your kunai and shit like that. That'd be amazing. But probably won't ever happen. Well, I'm glad to know you're liking it. I'll just give my thing, and then I'll go to Proto and Sir X Man. I mean, like I said, I'm loving the game so far. I do feel like it's been living up to what I've expected. But I didn't really go in with super high expectations. The last bunch of Assassin's Creed games, I thought they were adequate, but the problem with Assassin's Creed games, they often kind of lose me, and hopefully this one isn't the same, where the games get so big and so I found Odyssey in particular. Like I'm looking at this map, and they had so much shit all over the map, and I'm just going all over the place. And if you've got a bit of that, that completionist kind of vibe in you, where I don't want to overlook this. I want to get as much of the game as possible. But those games kind of become annoying because you're going over here for this chest, and there's only certain enemies that you can take on at a time because everything's level capped now. Like the original Assassin's Creed's at least the first few years, there was really none of that leveling system per se. It was just about mechanics, and now they've added RPG elements. So like even when you play this game, for those who are not in the know, when you're looking at the map, it'll show you the areas, and it'll show you the average rank of the enemies essentially in that area. So basically telling you is don't get off the beaten path and don't wander into places where you're not leveled enough to handle, right? So you got to level up your sword, level up your character. Like Wicked Hot says, it has a pretty dynamic level up system. So if you want your character to be a little more combat oriented or more stealthy, it allows for that. And of course, Yasuke is more of a brute force, right on your face. She's not as Naue. She's more of a ninja, a little slight, so she's fast and quick and nimble. But you don't want to get into too many big fights with her because the margin of error is a lot less. She's not going to take as many hits before she goes down. So you got to kind of pick your battles, use stealth to the best of your abilities. But the stealth is fun in this game, I find too. Like it's really cool. It's the prone aspect, and climbing the buildings with all the grappling hooks and shit like that. And it is pretty. And like I said, once you play this game and you get into the combat, you start to master it a little bit. It really becomes very fun, and the executions and stuff are cool, and the graphics are amazing. Like I said, so. I don't know what else to say. Like I'm not that far in. I'm probably about 8 hours, a little bit less than you. And it starts off a little bit more linear. You're largely focused on Naue for the first part of the game, but it starts you out with Yasuke. Then it goes to Naue. You kind of spend a lot of time with her, and then it starts to evolve as the story goes. And the story is pretty cool. So I'm thinking it's pretty damn good game so far, and I applaud Ubisoft. I think they need a big win on this one. And for the most part, I mean, 2 million players over the first weekend. It's not too fucking bad, right? So it looks pretty good. Let's go to Proto and Sir X-Men. You guys haven't played it, but the question is, do you intend on playing it at some point? What are your expectations, and are you happy to see that the game is doing pretty good out the gate? Proto?
Well, I guess I should say first and foremost, for everybody who likes Assassin's Creed and everything like that, it is great to see that the game is doing well, and like you mentioned, 2 million players and all that stuff. That's great for everybody who enjoys the series. I've mentioned it before, and I even just dropped it in the chat. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. I was never into. I gave the first 3 games a shot, and I checked out about 3 hours into 3, and I was just like, I'm done. I can't do these games. They were boring to me. Hearing you guys talk about this one, I may actually be tempted to jump in and check it out. I mean, the whole feudal Japan thing, and like you mentioned before, we're all of a sudden getting a glut of those games, and I'm all for it. I'm happy to see it. So yeah, it might be something that I might check out on down the line, but I was just never a big fan of the series. So, again, watching it and seeing it and just kind of seeing what was going down, was like, it didn't really interest me. But, hearing more people, talk positively about it, and the fact that it is kind of beating back some of this manufactured controversy that it's coming out with, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of beating that all back and kind of putting all those fools that are out there on social media, running, trying to run it through the mud, in these echo chambers, seeing it kind of put them in their place is a real nice thing to see. So yeah, I may give it a shot. I mean, if it's as exciting as you guys are saying, I'd definitely be willing to give it a shot.
Oh, it's worth it.
Well, so far it sounds like the 3 of us that have played it are in favor of it for sure. I mean, the franchise is not, it's not for everyone, and if I got to look at it and compare it to Ghost of Tsushima, which is going to draw comparisons because of the setting, I'm still going to land a little bit more. I'd have to still give the edge to Ghost of Tsushima. To me, I still find like the way that game was presented and to me, I just like it. I like the duels that were in Ghost of Tsushima. Like when you do the duels with the samurais are really cool. Yeah. They're both games are very similar, but yet they're very sort of different, if that makes any sense. I think they're both good games for the most part. So, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but you have to play them both, I guess, to kind of understand what I'm talking about. So, Sir X-Man.
Yes.
Looking forward to jumping into this game at some point. Is that a bargain bin purchase for you, or perhaps wait till it comes to Game Pass, which I assume it will come, considering that Valhalla and just about every other game since has been in Game Pass. I think Mirage is the only one that's not in Game Pass, correct?
That I'm not entirely certain about.
I'm not.
I don't think Mirage is, but I'm pretty sure Valhalla is right now. All the rest of them are, I think, for the most part. At least some of the more popular ones.
Well, I'm glad everybody's enjoying the game. I'm not an Assassin's Creed person, so I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm not an Assassin's Creed person, man. I just never have been.
Yeah, man, it's
I didn't know I was either until last Thursday.
Well, you know what's sad? Because of my kids and game sharing back on 360 and all that stuff today, I own all the damn games. Plus the games that gave me with gold, so it's sad. Yeah.
Wow, $59 Series X at Best Buy Digital. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, Newegg had it for $54 before it came out, but I think it's back up to $59 on Newegg. But yeah, Newegg and Best Buy for the Series X, Series S, it's $59.99 digital right now.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
But don't you guys remember, like, if you go back to the 360 era, right? Assassin's Creed, if my memory serves me correct, I do believe that game came out in, I think it was 1997. 360, right? 360 came out in 1995.
1997. No, it was in
360 was like 2005, my friend.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Newf
right,
is about to have a.
Yes,
you feeling all right? You about to have a stroke?
Sorry, 2007. My bad. Yes, I'm all mixed up here.
Holy fuck!
You've been hanging around me way too much.
I've been hanging around Sir X-Men too long. Yeah, I'm going back and fucking time.
Short-term memory loss.
Yeah, I am high. Yeah, I think I need an energy drink right now. The water.
Let's do the time warp again.
Dude, crack a window. Stop puffing your farts.
But anyway, 2007, if I'm correct, was the first Assassin's Creed. You know, the thing that stood out to me was like that was a game that really started to put Ubisoft on the map. You know, the first game I remember seeing the graphics of, well, first of all, on the 360, it looked amazing for that time era. And I remember the Desmond and, of course, the cool story, you know, going into the Animus and being able to re-explore fragments of history through his bloodline and this Animus system. And it was so cool. And you're kind of going in and out a little bit of that, kind of like going into the Matrix to some degree. And I just think the setting was so cool at the time. And the graphics were cool. And that game wasn't without its flaws. But in 2007, it was like there wasn't a whole lot of games out there like it. And I remember enjoying it so much, you know, and thought it was great. And it went on from there. And of course, this franchise has really evolved. But it was just like that was such a pinnacle franchise for the Xbox at the time. You know what I mean? Like it was almost like a flagship game. And of course, they went on over time. Assassin's Creed 2, by many, is still regarded as one of the best in the series. And I'd say from the modern ones, a lot of people still bring up Black Flag, number 4.
Yep.
You know, the whole pirate aspect and stuff was quite incredible and really took the series down on a different course. You know what I mean? So I don't know which one everybody likes the most. Hard to say. I don't know if you guys have your favorites or those people who played all of the series. I know our good friend Assassin Lupa, God rest her, wherever she may be, that's how she got the name Assassin Lupa, because she's such a massive Assassin's Creed fan. And that girl put so much time into Origins and Odyssey. And I don't know how much she's put into Valhalla because, like I said, I haven't spoken to her now in close to 2 years, wherever she is. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I really liked Origins a lot. That one came a long way. That was kind of cool. I like the ancient Egypt setting as well. And then Odyssey just kind of lost me. One of the things that Odyssey took away that has been in every other Assassin's Creed was the knife, right? That was a trademark Assassin's Creed weapon, and it was not in Odyssey. And I was like, well, now this doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed without that.
Yeah, and it was huge, dude. It was fucking like
so much
huge
game.
In that fucking game.
You know, that game was so huge, it was daunting and confusing, to be honest with you. But it was cool.
Okay,
heard that.
Does Assassin's Creed still take you to the future level where the person is? Where the real person playing that?
Like the narrator?
It still has the Animus within it, but it doesn't really take you out of the experience like the old games.
Oh, man. No, I used to like when they pulled me out of it and went to the future part. And now it's like they don't do that no more. That sucks.
I think they probably found that people didn't really enjoy that part of the game because it was fairly.
I like the story part of that game. I like the story part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I did play it, and I did beat the first one, but it just wasn't nothing I wanted to jump back into. That's all.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Let's give a shout out to the chat. We got some amazing people joining us here several minutes into the show. We got RWK, a good buddy, is in the house. I also said Fazah is hanging out with us tonight. We got our good friend from just down the street of me here, Mental 9R, is in the building. Our good friend Ron Hale is here as well. T-Rock 40 is in the building. Trilla hanging out with us tonight. What's going on, Trilla? Hey, Cougar Man is here as well. Pink Pickle's hanging out with us.
And I acknowledge you.
Delta, Matt Cleburne. Some great people in the chat. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hit that like button. Tell your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We got a Nate hanging out with us in the house. What's going on, Nate?
Yeah.
He says I played the entire series. AZ Shadows is by far one of the best ones to date, especially the writing. Assassin's Creed learned to evolve and fine-tune the formula. That's a great assessment. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. If you don't like Assassin's Creed, it's not going to change your mind. That's also fair assessment. If you don't like any of the previous games, this one might not be enough to rope you in unless you're just an absolute gong show fan of the era kind of thing. So.
There's so many ways we could go with that statement, but I'm going to be nice.
You're not a fan of the ass yesterday. You ain't a fan of the ass today.
I'm not touching it. I'm being very, very nice today.
We're gonna make you touch it.
What the hell's Stevie Mac saying? Let's see what he says here.
Saying,
I just walked into
this
a Burger King bathroom, saw Phil Spencer snorting Blue Chew and eating a Whopper. Xbox is doom.
Holy crap, dude. Yeah, it's in, bro.
That's serious business.
That is no
Blue
joke.
Chew
dude.
and a Whopper?
Hide your kids, hide your wives, hide everybody, because this man's
Why
going
did they going to tell Burger King they no longer need exclusive burgers to survive?
Double Whopper, double Whopper with bacon, cheese, and onion rings.
That's how they get more Game Pass subscriptions. They should offer everybody a free hamburger combo with every purchase.
Well, you say that sounded good. Bacon, cheese, and onion rings? Yeah, double Whopper. Oh, yeah,
man,
that's
bacon,
good.
cheese, and onion ring.
Just off topic, I got to ask you guys then, since we're on the Burger King thing, what is your favorite fast food burger joint? Harry.
Dude, I'm in Chicago. There's so many. Please don't ask that again.
Oh, wait.
I kind of like them all, but you know, McDonald's has better fries, but Burger King has the burgers.
Yeah, that's true.
Some burgers at McDonald's are okay, but not all of them. You know,
No.
compared to Burger King, you know what I mean? Burger King has the best burgers.
No, people. Wendy's Baconator. Wendy's
Oh,
The
Baconator.
Baconator.
That's
as
the
well.
only thing
That's a
keeping
good
them
one.
afloat. That's the only thing
sorry.
saving them.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
man,
Barry. I
Baconator.
had to ruin it for you with
You
the
have the bacon
Baconator.
fries with cheese on it at
Oh,
Wendy's.
the
I mean,
loaded bacon fries.
yeah.
Oh, they so
That's what I'm
good.
saying.
Yeah, they're just about as good as wet cardboard. Fucking by the time you get them.
T-Rock, I'm talking about the major. I'm talking about the major
But-
chain.
Mhm.
He's
Well,
asking
that's
about the
BK.
major chains or the one-off
Wendy's
stores. I'm
is a
talking about the
major
big
chain.
chains, the ones that are recognizable. So it's Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Arby's, or what's some of the other ones?
Chippendales.
Well, believe it or not, White Castle is a
White
major.
Castle.
White Castle and Crystals are a major chain.
Five Guys. Y'all
I
even
would
got Five Guys up there?
You gotta put Hardee's.
You got Five
Yeah,
Guys.
That's
Five
Five
Guys
Guys.
isn't really fast food, though, man.
Right.
No, it ain't.
It's
you're
Yeah,
not.
Five Guys is not
Yeah, it's
quite
weird
in
food.
the same vein as McDonald's, Wendy's,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Burger King.
Right.
It's a big old burger.
Man, I don't know. It's between McDonald's and Burger King, I would say.
A franchise? Texas Roundhouse. Oh, the burgers are so.
It's not fast food, X-Man.
What?
It's a
Yeah, they
restaurant.
make it fresh. That's why it's better.
Look,
Well,
come out.
duh.
Let's feel like this, man.
Yes, I had to do it. Sorry.
By the
Proto,
God.
what's your favorite? So Perry basically said, what, McDonald's?
It's between both McDonald's and Burger King. I can't pick.
For me, I would have to say it would either be White Castle or Checkers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. White
Right.
Castle, I think we have up here. I don't think we got any Checkers up here in Canada.
And hold the pickles, please.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
All right.
What about you, Hot?
I'm going to do it. Coming out of left field. It's Team
It's what?
What?
Wendy's.
Okay.
Wendy's.
Flip it out.
Team Wendy's.
ain't never
Did
gonna
my,
roll
did my
with
shit get
Wendy's.
too high and it fucking blurted out? Team Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Team Wendy's. All right, he's Wendy's.
Man,
dude.
I
Like
thought
that
somebody
Baconator.
kicked you in the nuts. That octave was so high.
Yeah.
Got him in the
I
vice.
was imagining you under my desk there, Sir X-Man.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
handy,
ain't
Andy.
wrong
Playing.
with that either, man. McDonald's prices are fucking ridiculous right now.
Hey,
They're
yeah.
all ridiculous.
Yeah.
For a minute,
Oh,
I
they're all
thought Handy
ridiculous. But
Andy
the fact
went
that
to
you're
his
actually
pants.
paying almost as much for a regular burger combo at McDonald's as you would to go into like a sit-down restaurant and get like a fucking, homemade fried up burger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is true.
Yo, here's the real question. If you had to drink it, even if you don't drink it, is it Coke or Pepsi? Which one y'all choosing?
Pepsi.
Gun to
The
your head.
high C. The high C.
I see.
Oh, X-Man, of course you want the juice, dog. I said Coke. Why are you giving me juice?
Oh man, I get the Mountain Dew though. I get the Mountain
Yo,
Dew.
now
which
we
is
know.
technically
Now
Pepsi.
we know your
That's
team
technically
McDonald's
Pepsi.
because they had the high C.
No,
Everybody's.
You know who has
Everybody
the high
does
C?
the dinner.
You know who has
They
the
get
high
juice
C?
boxes.
KFC and KFC Taco Bell's has the Mountain Dew.
Baja
stuff.
Blast.
The other
Baja
one,
Blast.
because both
I'm
Coke
gonna
and what's
blast
it-
your ass.
no, but both of the other burger joints you mentioned are both Coca-Cola products.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, they all like Coca-Cola products. I'm taking Coke over Pepsi though. If I had to, gun to the head.
Pepsi. That or if they got RC, yeah, good luck with that.
RC.
RC, dude. Though.
Dude, I grew up on
RC. Call you a
RC.
Sam's Club
RC.
This guy drinks pimp.
Hey, back in the day when you had enough chance to get a 2 liter of RC, you got that. and it was just as good as the other ones back then.
Sir X-Man over here calling it soda pop and shit. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I just say pop. I don't say soda pop.
I was gonna say it's regional. It's regional.
I'm from the north. I'm not country.
You country. No, we know you where you from.
Iraq, boy. You going for a soda? My love going for a soda. Nobody hurts and nobody cries.
Nah, we just say we're going to get a pop, Newf.
It's pop around here.
Hmm.
And it's funny because every time I cross the border into Wisconsin, all my buddies say soda. And I'm like,
right? They do it.
It's a soda.
It's those people on the East Coast that say soda.
Yo,
they do it right north of us, X-Man, I tell you. And it's hilarious because
up there, but they all country up there though. If you think it's Wisconsin, but most of them country up there.
Yeah, that UP in Michigan. Oh yeah, man. It's and it's funny because they sound more Canadian than Newf does.
Damn, that's true. Actually, he's not lying. He is not lying.
I got buddies of mine. I'll be having conversations with them. All of a sudden, you'd be, I shot this 30-point buck, and then I put the glass packs on my Hemi, and then got on the John Deere, and then hit me another buck. And it's like, God,
am I in a South Park episode or what?
And then they go yuck, 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 yuck. That cracked me up when I heard that.
Is that those people from Fargo, Minneapolis?
No, I'm telling you, northern Wisconsin and UP in Michigan. Because I spent a lot of time up there when I lived up there for a little bit, and then as a kid, I went hunting with my grandfather a lot, and he had land up there in the UP. So I heard a lot of that.
All right, I'm going to tell you a true fact: Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, you can cross over to Canada. That explains it.
Well, now I know that we're having history lessons from Mr. Sir X-Man over here.
No. See,
geology class.
That's how I know you're learning it, because technically it's geography. It's not a history lesson.
No, we use the history of the land. See, Sir X-Man was there when the land was laid. He knows best.
I was there.
The tribal chief.
All native Indians.
Sir X-Man, the sun god. War Chief X-Man.
God.
That'd be crazy.
I'm not playing no more Battlefield with you.
Yo, man, I ride or die for you, X-Man. I'll run across a battlefield to give you a medic crate.
I'm so glad you cleaned that shit up.
Right. I'm always picking up everyone's mess. I got the wet wipes. Fucking, I'll be running in the battlefield. Sir X-Man just shit himself.
You saved Newf too. You like being a medic. I've seen you pick up Newf too.
I'll go get my boy Newf. I'll leave him a cookie when he stays there. I'm like, here's one. Go.
Cookie monster.
I'll make sure I buy you a Baconator.
I get triple Baconators. All right, I'm just letting you know.
For me, man, I'm always a sucker for a Big Mac. I don't know what it is about that burger, but ever since I was a kid, I always liked the Big Mac. Didn't taste like anything else out there. So I've always liked that burger, but most of all, I'm going to have to go with Burger King. Burger King, man, I love that smoky flavor of the fucking grilled patties. And their burgers are always fairly sizable, you know what I mean? Like, you actually feel like you got something substantial that you're eating, whereas like McDonald's, they look like they're fucking cheeseburger, man. Like my testicle is fucking bigger than one of those. You know what I mean?
Okay, who can do the old Big Mac song? Who knows it? I know it, but I want to see if you guys know it.
All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce,
And
cheese.
the cheese pickles on the sesame seed bun.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that brings back
Oh,
memories.
man.
Fuck, next thing he's gonna come out with a fucking Ronald McDonald suit on. That
I
man
can
is
picture
a
Sir
black
X with a
Ronald.
painted face.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm playing Words with Friends right now. Y'all play that.
God damn.
All right.
Too funny.
So overall, I mean, this looks like Assassin's Creed. Looks like it's going to be a fairly decent hit. Now, do you still suspect this game goes in sort of like the bargain bins early? Because I mean, Valhalla was a pretty big hit for those guys, and I found like that game was like marked down pretty quickly too. So you expect the same thing here for Assassin's Creed? Like, are they just making too many copies of this game, or like how do they gauge success? Anybody? You know, we already talked about the 2 million users. I mean, that's
I'll
great
take
for
it.
your first opening weekend. Not many games can attest to that.
I think I'll take it. I think they're back. I think this is the game they were banking on. It's either make or break. And from this game on, they were going to make their decisions. I think this is a great step going forward for them. I think it's going to do great. I think it will go in the bargain bin, but at a reasonable rate. I don't think it's going to be like the last couple ones. Maybe you'll see it drop to $40 for a while. And then I think it's going to either stay between 40 or 60 for a while before it really drops down to a $20 price range. I just think that they're back with the whole that it's Japan. It's what everybody has been waiting for. It's actually what got me, somebody who's not a fan of the game, to play it. And I love it. So it just kind of goes to show that I just think that even it speaks to the casuals, speaks to the hardcore. I think they're back, baby. I think they're back. And I don't think it takes a lot. I think it'll hold its price.
Yeah, let's see. And Nate says Ubisoft games always go on sale. That's just how they roll. You also have to keep in mind they typically release in October, so you have to be on sale by November, December to compete. So there's a point there too. I mean, a lot of times this is this is an odd release date for an Assassin's Creed game because almost all of their games have generally come out in the fall, like in that last quarter, kind of a holiday season kind of a title. So yeah, this is a weird launch for them, but given everything, the game is already delayed. I'm pretty sure they really want to make sure that they maximize on sales, which is a good time of the year right now because it's generally a slower time for gaming. And also they can avoid that GTA conundrum, which is going to happen this fall. I don't think anybody really wants to be close to that game because nobody's going to be playing anything when that shit drops. Yeah, I guess it is as good a time as any. You know, you kind of get a little more attention, you get a little more publicity, whether it's good or whether it's bad. That's the one thing. This is the one industry where the bad publicity does not always work in your favor. Like some industries, you know, they say like bad press is good press, but I don't think that's the truth when it comes to gaming. It just depends on what the bad press is, why you're getting the bad press. Thankfully, I don't think any Ubisoft devs on this game have come out and put their foot in their mouth, have they not?
No, not that I know
We
of.
generally always see somebody comes out like the Dragon's Age crowd, right? Like their game had controversy, but then you got the lead director saying bullshit, and then you got other people within the company saying bullshit. So hopefully somebody learned a lesson that said, guys, look, you might have opinions, but as long as we're trying to sell a product, you got to keep that shit behind closed doors unless you're an actual paid publicist for the fucking title.
Right. Oh, for sure.
That's why they have media relations. That is what those people get paid for, is to say the right fucking shit at the right fucking time. Not let your little hurt feelings dev go off in the corner and whine and be like, "Nee, these fuckers didn't like my game. Go fuck yourself, you dirty bastards." Right?
Yep.
Yes, this guy fucks that guy in the ass. It's in the fucking game. Get over it, you dirty bastards.
It's canon. It's canon.
Yeah.
It happens.
I think that was probably even, like you said, even if they have, whatever opinions are opinions and people's beliefs are people's beliefs, whatever. But, pretty sure at this point, because that kind of stuff was quiet as far as Ubisoft was concerned. I'm sure they sat all of them fuckers down in a room and said, listen, we've got a great window here. We're not up against anything. Y'all sit down and keep your mouths shut.
Absolutely.
It's better that way. Wait,
at least during the launch bucket window, right?
Right. After it goes on sale, then go ahead and talk till your heart's content. We don't care. But right now, sit down and shut up.
Did you guys see what the social media account for Assassin's Creed replied to Elon Musk?
Oh, it was great. That
Yeah,
I thought was hilarious.
So apparently this Hassan guy was making some shit about the game, and Elon said to Hassan, "Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game just for the money." And Ubisoft replied, "Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you?"
Oh, shit.
Yep.
oh my god.
It's kind of funny though when they go to left field and do that kind of shit, you know?
Oh, it was left field, right field, wherever the hell it came from the right place at the right damn time, let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh man, crazy stuff.
Hey, what's up, Axel? What's up, Dragon?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of negativity at the Snow Dragon. We try to be possible whenever like sometimes the negativity is kind of warranted. Like I don't think you can be objective in this industry without calling out the bad along with the good. Because as much as some people complain about objectivity, we've stressed on this podcast in the past too that we don't want to be a Me Too kind of a podcast, a fucking yes ma'am, yes sir, that sort of, it's not all fucking, what do you call it? Fucking sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean? There's shit that happens. Sometimes you got to be called out for it. Sometimes there's a lot of shit that happens in a short window of time. And all the podcasts, because if you watch multiple podcasts, it seems like everybody's talking negative. If you put up the fucking cost of games to $120, and we're all calling it out here in this show, and the next podcast calls it out, the next podcast calls it out, it's going to seem like there's a lot of negativity. But that's what I call warranted negativity or warranted feedback. Now, if you're going to make a channel that's negative for the sake of being negative because that gets you clicks, or you're going to make a channel that fucking blows fucking smoke up everybody's asshole every fucking week because, you're afraid to be objective or you're afraid to give a critical review or you're afraid to actually be honest because your fucking channel is basically paid for by the people you have to talk about, you can't really take that for face value either. Right? If you're getting fucking free shit from Xbox every fucking week, how honest do you think they're really going to be with you? Probably not. Right?
I got one thing to say. Them bitches got problems.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of bitches with lots of problems. I got 99 problems.
99.
Bitch ain't one.
That's right. Game one.
Oh. I got
Da-da-da-da.
Ubisoft Plus for a month. I started AC Shadows, but it didn't feel like an open world game. No, they've done it a little bit differently on this one. I think they've kind of reeled it in a little bit where, again, you don't sort of get off the beaten track as much, and that's probably why it doesn't feel as large. Because they kind of force you to stay within the boundary until you're really ready to move on to the next sort of section of the map. Because the map is kind of divided into sections.
When you look at that map, it's pretty big. You got a lot of area to cover. Granted, it might not be.
I really hate games that do that. I'm so sick of these big long games.
Or just kind of let you roam all over the place.
I'm just sick of games that are so dang old big that take so long. I mean, it's like
It's old. It's tiring.
it's like that's why I like linear games. Some of them may be long, but you got one path. You ain't got to do all this searching. You find everything along the way. That's my problem with these situations.
It's what I like with Avowed. Avowed feels so semi-linear, but like Avowed rewards you for going off the beaten path a little bit too. That's what I like.
Oh yeah.
If you want
and one
to,
thing
right?
I also loved about Avowed is Avowed doesn't fucking when you kill the enemies in an area, they don't fucking respawn. I hate that shit in games where they respawn shit all the time. That's fucking so annoying. It's like I killed your asses already. Now you're back here again.
It's like the feeling of completion is kind of like taken away. So
you take out a section of Avowed, you can go back there, and those fucking enemies are not coming back. They're not there. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you feel like you've actually completed and wiped the area.
Yeah, you cleared.
Not every game does that. A lot of games repeat enemies, and it's fucking annoying.
I know, right?
Respawn and everything, yeah.
Fuck, how many goddamn times I gotta kill you just because I opened the fucking door, or I mistakenly opened the door and went back to an area, and all of a sudden there's like fucking 40,000 monsters ready to kill you again?
Yeah, you're running like,
What fucking game does that? Oh, I think that fucking Stellar Blade fucking game does that.
Ooh, I did
fucking
not
kill enemies and then you fucking they're back in the area when you come back out again. It's like, what the fuck? You just wasted half of my life potions and now you're fucking.
I mean, Stellar Yams.
Yeah, we're only there for the skins.
They call it Stellar Yams.
Stare her fucking ass. That's all.
Stellar Yum Yum.
Yam.
All right, didn't play Elden Ring, Newf. No, I didn't play Elden Ring. I don't think I will even want to attempt that because I don't feel like cursing all night.
Yeah, that's a hard game. That is a very hard game right here.
Mike Bates is in the chat. What's going on, Mr. Wild Bates? All right. Well, anyway, guys, any further thoughts, especially from Protoss or X-Men, based on Assassin's Creed? Anything you're really excited for when you do get to play it? Which character do you guys feel like you're more excited to play as? Yasuke or Naoe? I like Naoe because she's more of a ninja, and that's kind of what always enthused me with the game.
And see, I think that would be if I decide to go check it out, I think that might be the way I lean, just because I like, the more kind of like ninja style stuff, obviously, like with Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi. So that would probably be more my play style, but I ended up checking out both if I decide to play it.
Oh, I didn't see he left. I like playing as the lady. I mean, it's funny. She's very short, but she gets the job done, man. She's running around there and everything.
Ooh, did you say she was short? I'm about to check this game out. I love short women.
Yeah, it's funny.
There was that's all the X-Man needed was just.
That's all I needed.
Short woman.
Oh, a piece of candy.
You stupid. I want a piece of candy.
Stevie Mac's got a great question. How many dudes do you have Yasuki kissed so far?
Five.
Yeah, apparently some kind of bullshit in the game, something like that too.
Yeah, boy.
I'll report back. I'll let you know.
Already had he, she, non-binary shit back in the fucking samurai days. You probably would have been fucking castrated if you admitted you were anything but. So
yeah, but they had it. They had it back there in the day, though. It was back there in the day.
Oh yeah,
they had it there.
They had transvestite samurai.
They had it in Roman times.
That kid that helps the samurai looks like freaking Roseanne.
An Asian Roseanne.
Is that Roseanne?
What
little kid that helps you when you're recovering?
On the table. That's what's going to happen.
Oh my God. What the hell was that?
You want full Kai and tie there.
Yo, that's the vibe you get in when you're playing that game, bro. I go down the basement. I'm normal. I leave and I'm like bowing. Killing people, dude. Little did my parents know and my fucking wife that I'm a fucking murderer. They better not test me.
Dang. That got serious real quick.
I'm a shinobi. Bop, bop, bop.
I have a real samurai sword in my house. It's fucking cool.
Is it in your pants?
Oh man.
No, it's in the basement, which is close enough.
I knew that was coming.
That's where I take my pants off usually.
In the basement.
Actually, I think I actually have a samurai sword over there in the corner, perhaps.
And they should tell you, keep that
I have
little
one of
in
those,
your
like,
pants. That's what they tell you. Keep
I
that
have
little
one of those,
in your pants.
It grows, Sir X-Man. It grows.
Yeah, I have one of those those toy sort of samurai that's steel, but it's not one you could really use.
The one you mean the one you get at the 4th of July parade?
No, absolutely not.
No, Newf's more of a trumpet guy.
Pop goes.
Yeah, I like that too, Disney. Assassin's Creed games do not really need to be 200 fucking hours long. That's what lost me with Odyssey, man. So All righty. What's going on? By the way, we got Snow Dragon in the house. T-Rock 40 hanging on. We got Nate. We got Disney Delta. We got Bazaar. We got Pink Piggles. We got Mike Bates. We got Joe Dunmore in the house. We got Files of Horror, a.k.a. Harold.
Randy Jackson.
What's going on,
Randy
brother?
Jackson signature right there. It's on
Joe
Randy
Dunmore.
Shit, I actually have that same sword.
This is for so excellent dishonor. We have brought you a podcast.
I have
Watch
that
your hands
actually
there.
that same one with the red case and everything. That's hilarious.
I have the little one with it too.
Yeah, because
Where's
mine came on the whole
from?
tri-sting thing.
Did you say you had the little one with it?
It's a set. No, I'm saying.
Did that come with the game or something? What did that come with? Is that like a collector's thing or?
Dude, to be honest, my old boss was gonna throw it out, and I was like, "I'll take those. I don't want anything else. I'll take that. I just want that."
These are envelope openers, by the way.
This is for disciplinary action.
Oh. That's why everybody at the office has got scars.
That's
I
right,
think,
dude. That's right.
Didn't Onimusha have a collector's edition on the PS2 that came with like a katana controller?
Oh God, I'd have
I'm
to
not
look that
sure.
up.
Let me see this.
Yeah, because I think that
I
was
can
like
tell you
$100
this
and
much,
something
that
back
collector's
in the day.
edition of what's that game that From Software made? The one with the samurai. What was it called?
What is it?
What's that game that From Software did with the samurai? What was that one?
Spin the bottle.
Oh God, wasn't that Sekiro?
Yes, Sekiro. I bought that game. That's the only From Software game I ever paid full price for was Sekiro.
Oh my god,
And,
that game!
Do you guys remember that special edition that Xbox and From put together? That one that had fucking samurai on top of it? I think it was on Xbox One X, wasn't it?
I did
And it
not
had
get
this
it.
fucking really cool fucking graphics and shit. And it actually, like, on the top of this, on the Xbox One X, it actually had this fucking, like, samurai sword. It was on the top. It was so cool.
So in the private chat, I put a link to the photo of that katana controller that came with.
Yep,
the
I
collector's edition
I just pulled it up on my phone and just saw
Onimusha 3.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's
Nice,
crazy.
nice.
Yep.
Sekiro, you know what's funny about Sekiro? For some reason, all my customers thought it was a PS4 exclusive, and they came in like, "Oh, I got that new PS4 game." I'm like, "What game?" "Oh, Sekiro, it's exclusive." I was like, "It's not exclusive. It's on every platform." "Oh no, that's not what I was told at work." I was like, "Oh my god, like everyone's stupid."
Wait,
All
you're
right,
telling me
all
it's
right.
part of a different ecosystem?
You
guess.
can play it elsewhere.
Huh?
Huh?
Got milk.
Depends. Who's serving it?
All righty. Yeah, I guess we're about ready to move on, I guess, to the second part of the show tonight, to the second topic, which could be fairly substantial anyway, considering it is, well, just, there hasn't been a lot of hot topics lately, but there certainly has been lots of tidbits and lots of different things to talk about. And something that this channel is no stranger to talk about, as many other channels that we follow, is Xbox and the outlook on Xbox. Right now, with certain people in the community, they say things have never been better. There are various people in the community that, yes, do like some of the successes they've had, but are also very critical about the avenues they've taken to get there, or sort of the change in direction, right? They were obviously about hardware and exclusives not so long ago, and now it sounds like anything goes with Xbox. And it's going to be interesting to see how the panel and I kind of weigh in on what we deem as the future of Xbox moving forward. This is a big year. They've already had a great start to it with several games coming out. Critical acclaim for Avowed. We've got, South of Midnight. It's going to launch here next month. Another big game. What comes out after South of Midnight? I think there's something fairly soon. We got Doom, The Dark Ages.
Doom.
So we got 3 games alone within the first pretty much 6 months of the year. That's a pretty damn good start for Xbox. And there's been a lot of talk right now. The big talk right now is centralized around portables. Now, the word on the street is it looks like they may have an OEM portable. So what that means for those that don't know, it's kind of like they'll probably have third parties making a portable, or they might have a dedicated third party company making a portable, which is largely focused around Xbox per se, but it will be able to do so much more. There's talks about like Xbox combining with like a Steam portable, that sort of thing. I'll let the panel members weigh in a bit more than me because they probably know a bit more about it, but there's also talks that perhaps in the future, like in a year or two time, it'll be a dedicated from Xbox itself portable. I mean, by that time, won't that kind of be redundant unless they're going to launch it alongside other new hardware? I don't know. So let's go around the circle and, let's find out how everybody feels about Xbox and what we deem could be the potential future for this company. So who wants to start us off? Proto, Sir X-Man?
Proto, sir? One of you two?
Shit, I'll go.
Talk about hardware, what you expect from Xbox from a hardware standpoint first. We'll go to hardware, perhaps the software, and then from services.
As far as hardware, I don't know. I mean, they're rumoring this whole handheld thing, and if they're going to go the third-party route, and I may be an outlier here when it comes to this, but I feel like because and of course you got the fucking whack jobs on social media going around saying, stuff about, oh, well, it's going to do this, it's going to do that, and this and that. First off, I think if they're going to go the route where they're going to have a third party give us a handheld that runs the Xbox app, whatever you want to call it, operating system, whatever. I feel like if it's successful, if it's actually decent, I don't think Microsoft will even go out of its way to give their own dedicated hardware then. It doesn't make sense to. If you've already got something out on the market, why would you put something out to compete against yourself? That sounds like something Sega would do back in the day. Yeah, and look how well it worked for them, right? And as far as a new console, dedicated hardware, and there's rumors all over the place, and you can't believe any of them damn rumors to save your life. They're all a joke. You don't believe anything until you see it. But when it comes to hardware, it's going to be one of those wait and see things. I mean, Xbox themselves as a publisher have had a really great year going so far, obviously with a great couple of years with all the games they've been putting out, but hardware seems to be the least of their concerns right now. And that's just a fact with the way the Series X is trending even behind the Xbox One, and the Xbox One was arguably its worst generation, right? So, and Splendiferous, stop the Sega talk. Okay.
Sega.
Hey, I'm a Sega guy. I love Sega. You got to be able to admit it. You admit what you admit, and when you step on a rake too many times, it's what's going to happen. But I think it's hard to say because you can never tell what they're going to do. Because 1 minute they'll say one thing, as Newf has a samurai sword.
By the gods, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I should run and go get mine, but I don't even know where the hell it's at right now. It's for me, it's just hard to tell wherever they're going because they'll say one thing, then do something else, and then turn around and tell everybody, no, that's not what we meant. You know what I mean?
Sounds like everything I've ever been.
It's always changing.
Yeah.
It's always changing, dude.
Recognize that bad boy?
I'm trying to remember where that's from.
Rambo? No.
That's right on the blade, baby.
Yeah, I can't see it on there on my screen.
I can't read it.
There it is.
I don't think you can show that on YouTube.
Stuff in it, man, and sew myself up.
I'll say people feel worse.
He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist.
Bro, you just got this demonetized, man.
Boy, can you get demonetized for this?
Yeah, and what he just said.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. It's all over now.
Ah, tits.
Oh! That's how I cut my cake, baby.
I thought you were going to say something
big
else.
ass cake, man.
Well, first off, Splendiferous, Sega didn't disappear. They just went third party, and they're actually doing pretty damn well for themselves.
Yeah, gave up.
You know,
Gave up.
Oh yeah.
See, here's the thing with Sega, real quick. They're making software, and they're making money. Guess what Microsoft is doing? Making software, and making money.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. It's Microsoft is, for by and large, they were a software company, and everybody knows it's like they'll even brag about it that like, hey, we're just a line item, when it comes to like our consoles and stuff. We know we're taking losses. That doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just in a chill mood right now.
You smoked a lot of reefer before the show, didn't you?
Yeah.
I really don't do drugs. I hate drugs.
Just PCP.
You like the same pair of boxer shorts on for the last 4 days. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right. But I'll go if you're a good proto. If you want to keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I said what I had. I've said it until I've been blue in the face from everything, and it's just the way I feel about it. It's like they're going to keep pumping out software, and then as long as they still get that Microsoft money, is still as long as Satya doesn't cut them off completely and say, hey, we're taking this over and we're just going to be publishing games. They'll put out whatever they want. They'll take their losses. So they're at this point they're just throwing anything at the wall to see it stick. But I do feel like if the big rumor right now is going to be like, hey, we're going to have like a third party do a handheld for us, why in the blue hell would you do a year later a dedicated first-party handheld if the third party is successful? It makes zero sense. But then again, that would be par for the course for Xbox because that company tends to not do anything that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then they wonder what happens, but they're going to just make their money back in the software anyway. That's why they're putting the shit wherever they're putting it. That's why you're seeing the games go everywhere. And hey, good for them. It's making them money. I mean, I'm not going to be, not going to be mad at them for grabbing the bag where they can grab it. Fuck it, man. Make your money. But, don't get all these fools out here all riled up and thinking you're going to be putting Steam on your next Xbox handheld and all of a sudden you're accessing everything under the sun. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. First off, you're dealing with licensing issues.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
Let's get our heads around that first. Before you start firing off your mouth. But, I mean, and and Splendiferous, because he's replying to me at this point, I'm sure, with everything he's saying. I made options for the gamer. Exactly. Options are great.
And I'll use my options.
As I
That's
need. The best option right now.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's just like, for me, I'm reevaluating. I'm still an Xbox fan. I've always been for a while, since 2001. But I just they reevaluated their strategy throughout the 5 years that we've had this system. So as a customer, I'm reevaluating my stance in where I'm spending my money. Things aren't getting cheaper. I do appreciate like with the handheld he just held up and everything like that. Like that's great and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I'm not buying a handheld from you, Xbox, unless I can bring my whole library over. And as of right now, it's the play only anywhere titles, which we can do that with what he was just holding up right there, which I'm pretty sure if I read it right, was it the Lenovo Go?
That's it.
Okay. You can do exactly what that is right there on what the Xbox handheld they're apparently saying is coming out. So for me, the handheld isn't really a necessity right now. And as cool as an idea as Steam and having Xbox or having the accessibility to those on a one-stop shop console, the idea is great, but I feel like we're still like, I don't know. I'm getting to that point where I'm tweaking and twerking on settings. So when I get this box and I place it under there, cool, it has Steam and it has Xbox, but it's going to be outdated hardware. Are we taking a loss or are we taking a loss on the product, or are you going to charge what the product's for? Because if you're going to start charging what the product's for, and that's what the market's going to start doing, PlayStation will charge their systems with no loss on money. People will start selling the systems with no loss of money. That's why they're doing, dude. Yeah, but that's why they're doing the this is an Xbox, because I think they know in the boardroom, like, hey guys, we're not taking losses on these consoles anymore. Yeah. So how can we keep the console market relatively large when they're about, it's a 70-30 split on Game Pass? Oh, let's make everything an Xbox, so that when we make the systems or third party, they're expensive, you can still have a way to access it, and that's great. No problem with options. But then you got the games going different places, and like they're playing better. And like as a gamer, I have all the systems and I have a PC, so it's like I'm exploring my avenues where I'm actually saving money. If you subscribe to Game Pass for $20 a month, just say we're all in the US, $20 a month, I think you're right around $240. Now think about it. Break down your gaming. Are you using online every day? Are you actually playing the games that are on Game Pass? Or do you already own the games that are in Game Pass and you're just kind of using Game Pass? Because I hadn't subbed to Game Pass in a while. I've just been buying my games and picking and choosing or subbing when I need be. Just like they changed their strategy, I'm changing mine. I'm not blindly giving you the 20. I'm not blindly giving you that anymore, because I just don't know which way I'm going to go in the next gen. I might just go to the next PlayStation and just do everything on my PC make that my Xbox and whatnot. That way I can upgrade as I go. I'll never be behind on like the hardware and whatnot. And I don't know, just different ways of thinking.
Thank you, Xbox, because I got I got Battlefield 4 and all of them because of Game Pass on my PC and my Xbox.
That's right. My Xbox right now is like my community box. Like I have all my community games on there, and I play everything else on like my single and everything else. But it's just
now here's what the next console is going to be. Steam is not going to be on a handheld because you need a console base to do that. So what they're going to have is the next generation console have the ability to Steam because they're going to have the software to run it. Dave Newell knows that. Trust me, he knows the specs. So the minute he does that, and it comes to Xbox, it's about to change everything. Steam on Xbox will change everything. I don't know about the PlayStation stuff being on there because PlayStation is funny like that. But a lot of the games that I have on Steam, I would love to just sit there and play them on my Xbox. If you go get a VR headset, we got a problem.
But see, that's the thing, though, X-Man. If you think about it, you're going to put that storefront on an Xbox console, right? And I want to riff off of some stuff HAWT said too, because a lot of that makes sense, and that's exactly kind of where I'm at. But you're going to put that storefront on there, and that you're putting your direct competition on your box, and then you're going to run your storefront and your services on that same box.
But you don't think that they're going to make more money from Steam?
What is that, Perry?
I think they'll make more money, but I think the idea Proto's spitting at us is it's you're making money, but while devaluing what you're also putting out, not the games, but the hardware, to the point where
you're devaluing the whole thing. You're
is that a multi-switch?
No, this is what everyone wants in another 2 years. These are the original Steam machines from 2014. The console.
Steam machine. What Proto is fucking?
You don't know what they are because guess what? They didn't blow up.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
I've seen them. I remember now. I remember that. And they had that weird time.
Yeah,
they had that weird controller that went with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came with an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I think
but
Microsoft had deal the OEM out the controller to these guys.
Oh yeah.
But it also had its own proprietary controller. That thing was weird.
You could buy that separately, or when they re-released it a few months later, it came with the Steam controller.
Yeah, which was basically just about an Xbox controller anyway. The thing is, what I'm saying, X-Man is and Steam machines were pretty rough, and Nate said it there. But again, going back to that point, it's going to be devaluing Microsoft's storefront and services because, okay, you have your Steam version, and then you're going to have your Microsoft Xbox version. And a lot of that stuff, yeah, and the thing is a lot of that shit's launching day and date. Microsoft has gone headfirst in day and date with their games. So that means it's available on Steam day one. Why am I going to go into the Microsoft store to buy something from Microsoft when I can just get it from Steam?
And
you know what I mean?
On top of that, people say and they question your
the games that Microsoft are going to launch on their consoles, a lot of them are going to be in Game Pass. The ones you have to buy on Steam, you have to buy them anyway on Xbox because they're not, they may be on the same one on Steam, but it's going to be the same price on the Xbox and Steam, unless Steam has it for sale.
Right. Well, then, in what world then does that make any sense to do?
Because
it does. It gives you a choice.
It gives you a choice, but if you're going to put it on the same box, now I understand if it was PC, because
Xbox games are on PC through the Xbox.
Yeah, but I think it's devaluing the system over time. Like, it's not. Everyone thinks it's not devaluing it, and we're thinking of now.
No,
it's
not.
If you do it over time and time. I think you're going to lose. You're going to there's going to be I like the Xbox, but if I have a son and he's like whatever, he's going to be like, yo, what? I don't fucking need an Xbox. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, bitch? You need it.
Yeah, I play on what I feel like playing on at the time with the game. Like I said, some days I play Battlefield on PC. Sometimes I play Battlefield on Xbox if I don't want to go with the PC drama. But if I want to go for the higher graphics and stuff, I'll go to the PC.
These will be your next Xbox consoles.
They ain't gonna be that.
Which will be a Steam.
Only it's gonna be instead of the alien, it's gonna be the Xbox logo.
They're
gonna license it out to Dell, and there you go.
And it's I can access. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you out.
I've been on Xbox.
You go, Proto.
I've been on Xbox for 21 years, and I've seen all the things
change their ideas
doing over time. They build it from the OG Xbox and all the way now. Now with the technology and the things they can do, they are planning for the way it's going to be in the future. I've been on Xbox 21 years. That's since the beginning. So I've been seeing every iteration change. Every time somebody steals something from Xbox, they change the game, and then somebody steals their ideas again. And then other people say, oh, this was our idea in the first place. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But it's like, let them do what they do to keep and survive. I don't mind it. We went to digital. That's all we can do. Everybody said digital ain't gonna go nowhere, but it is. But you know what's funny? I'm just only one thing about digital. I'm tired of these companies getting rid of their servers on their digital games after you play them. One thing I can say about Microsoft, except for Halo 1 and all the previous Halos, because they brought out the Master Chief Collection, which was fun 2 weeks ago.
I'm not disagreeing with you, man. Yeah, and the thing
let me finish my point real quick.
All right.
Thank you, buddy. But the one thing I can say is,
I got you, X-Man. I got you, dog.
What do? Dust that thing off every damn day?
Hell yeah, dude.
But it's shining your fucking head.
I know, right? Isn't it though? But with them innovating, that's the advantage of being a software company. Right. And they got the money to make their hardware specs. They got the money.
Well,
so
yeah,
if
it's
you
Microsoft.
Got the money, and
I don't got the money because that's why everything's an Xbox. They want to get out of selling these things because it's costing them a shit ton of money every month. I have a guy in the chat, hockey fan. He works in retail. Every freaking week, he removes like items from the truck. They deliver all the stuff to the store. Over 12 PlayStation 5s. You know how many Xboxes?
Two.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
They're not even shipping them anymore. They just don't want to pay all the money to ship all these things.
But you know what's funny?
And people are saying to me, "Oh, well, it's Christmas time." Really? It's freaking almost April. That's not Christmas. Come on.
Yeah, that's not Christmas.
You're shipping $1 million. What about the console?
They're still making money, Perry. They're still making money.
Well, yeah, because they're selling. This is what they want to do. They're selling.
They don't pay me.
Because the people that have them have them.
Some money. How about
They
that?
know. They know.
I own 13 Series X's. Okay.
God damn, son, you're the one that got them all. You're the reason why it's a shortage.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we
well, Ozempic Phil should cut me a
He
check.
went out and cornered the damn market. But see, and the thing is,
my unboxing videos. I got them.
The thing is, I'm with you on a lot of that stuff. I really am. And you talk about being there ground level. 2001, buddy, I was there. If I could have my old gamer tag back, you would see me pumping up my old gamer tag on Xbox Now as opposed to my new one, because my old one got lost, and that's a whole shit story.
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah, you told me how you got screwed out of that.
Yeah. So I was there, man, and I liked how they innovated things. I loved how the original OG Xbox was basically just a PC in a box. That was fucking awesome. And still one of my favorite consoles, man, John.
That's 360.
Hell, I played the shit out because I don't have a Series X. I still played the shit out of my Xbox One. Everything on Series, the new shit now, Series X, I just play on my PC because I have the access to it there, and that's the highest specs I can get.
PC.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
What you saying? You got PCP? Is that what you've been smoking?
Newf ain't with it. What do you guys say on the subject?
The problem started with PC because fucking everybody's going with PC this and PC that, and their consoles are fucking PC. The first thing they did is shouldn't put Game Pass and put all the fucking games on PC day one. All this sort of stuff. It's just, all your friends are going over to PC for whatever fucking reason. I don't know what it is. It just
all my friends have
console, baby, and it should have been a console, and all this stuff is going off the rails, man.
PC. I see them when they switch over, and they can play it.
I agree. I agree on that shit there because I feel like, and hell, I said this on another show not too long ago. Goddamn well, we wouldn't be seeing fucking games being ported over to fucking PlayStation right now. Shit like Indiana Jones, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. We wouldn't see that shit if they weren't spending all this money and then saying, oh, well, it'll be a case by case basis, and then more and more those case by case bases change. Like if they were to turn around and spend all that money on Activision and shit, and turn around and say, hey, guess what? COD is exclusive to Xbox now. You want to play COD? Guess what you're buying? Goddamn well, the conversation to be different, and everybody on social media would be going around saying, oh, Xbox is killing it in sales. What happened to PlayStation there? What happened to PlayStation sales? Sales. It's that fucking ass backwards bullshit that these idiots at lap Phil Spencer's fucking manhuga over because that's what he wants you to fucking think.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, goddamn well,
it's Satya. It's Satya in the board. If Phil had his way, no first party games that Xbox makes, Call of Duty, they had to agree to that. They had to agree.
That's what happens when you blow $80 billion on shit.
But they had to agree with that to get the Activision.
You'll never go to PC in the chat, but guess what? This is the future of Xbox. OEM.
Listen, I'm okay with some change a little bit. I'm okay with some change up to a certain fucking point.
Alien will be the logo.
I mean, nothing for nothing. No offense to anything, but Newf, you're probably one of the only guys I know that at least is closed off to a fucking. You know what I mean? You're pretty old school.
Oh, you agree with that one?
Huh? We think in ideology with
on PlayStation, right?
What?
Yeah, but dusty old fucking
Horizon should not be on PlayStation. Yeah. There's no way a Forza game should be on a PlayStation.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Ozempic still needs to get that money somehow, right? He's going to pay his Ozempic bill.
But you guys know it's not Phil. It's the people above him that want to do this.
Yeah, but he's still going out there lying his ass off.
$80 billion.
He ain't got to
He's got to get that money back.
Right. He's not really running
a panel here that needs some Ozempic and fucking riddle. Jesus Christ.
He's just in charge of a certain division of the game. Just like, and I haven't seen Sarah Bond in a while. What's going on with her?
Yeah, because the last time she went out there, she said Starfield was exclusive, and look what happened.
Did they put a date for Starfield yet?
It's coming.
It's definitely going to be coming. And
Hey,
it
I
just
heard
fucking-
Indiana Jones was June, and guess what? It's coming out April 17th.
Yeah.
That's more
I mean,
news
how do
we
you
can talk about.
I know you say
Right
that for
after
the end of the show.
Indiana Jones. They pretty much they both coming in around the same time.
Xbox don't know what they're talking about, or panel what they're fucking talking about. Jesus fucking Christ.
Listen,
don't
Newf.
know.
Listen, Newf. We know you're more old school than us, and it has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with ideology. I know you
Yeah,
want your
because we
physical
play
games.
games you
and
never
I know you
heard
want all
of.
your physical shit, but I am so sorry to break it to you, Newf. I'm sorry to bring the train to the fucking car that's sitting in the tracks. Because, dude, it's digital now, and man, I don't know. You got to accept change a little bit, Newf. You got to accept change a little
If
bit.
he
It's
was
nothing
on
for
the
nothing.
train, if he was on
You're
the
gonna
train,
be changing,
I'd
you know
be
what I mean? Like,
it's time to go
you don't-
full
Yeah.
throttle, no.
Yeah, he was
Tired
against
of
Game
fucking telling
Pass.
people to change. Tired of your Game Pass and your fucking this, that, and something else, and all this fucking horse shit.
Yeah, it's just innovation, man. That's all.
It is what it is, Newf. It is
They're
what it is.
innovating themselves
gonna
out of the
take-
hardware
I mean, Newf,
business.
Nah, they'll still be in the hardware business for a while.
You just got to get used to it, Newf. Lying, he's just gonna lie.
I don't know,
and you just-
man.
it
We got to
sucks
wait and
'cause,
see.
You know,
If they,
What the
if
fuck
Steam, if
Why did I ask
Steam,
you to come on this show, man? Why the fuck I asked you to be a panel member on this show?
because I tell the truth, Newf. Because I tell the fucking truth.
Yeah,
You're
because
way
we don't
too
take a
old
paycheck
school.
from Phil.
You gotta
We don't
change
get
your
a
fucking
we don't get a
ways a
script
little
sent to
bit.
us from
Your
Redmond.
ideology.
Yeah.
It's changing. We don't fucking like it, but it is what it is, and it's not going to get any better. You either hop on the train and ride it to X Town, or you hop on the other one and go down to Bluesville. Because it's
I'm
either
not
one or
going
the
back
other,
to
man.
Twitter.
I think Newf just got an email from Redmond.
We're bitching like fucking little girls. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah,
But I gotta
exactly
say
like
what it
Harold
is.
says in the fucking chat right there. You know what? Enough of this fucking shit. I'm too tired of this crap. You know what, guys? Fuck it. I'm fucking out.
Newf.
Hey, if you're gonna leave again, give the show to Tim Dog. I heard he's free on Tuesdays.
Jesus
Christ.
fucking
Fuck
Christ. I just got on this motherfucker. Everyone,